Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, namaste. On behalf of the United States Agency for International Development, I am very pleased to be here and also to thank Administrator Bolden for his gracious remarks about the USAID-NASA collaboration. It's also something we feel very privileged to be a part of. I've worked in many countries around the world, as you may have just heard, but I must confess that I have always dreamed of having an opportunity to visit Nepal. And I'm truly delighted that that day has finally come. And not only that, but it's come to be a part of such a very important event. So it is truly a pleasure to be here with you all. As the NASA administrator has eloquently pointed out, the world, when viewed from space, is a single integrated whole with no borders. And likewise, we know that the impacts of climate change also know no borders. And our approach to global climate change will really require us to have a similar perspective, almost viewing the Earth as if we were sitting alongside the administrator in the space shuttle. Our approach must be truly comprehensive. It must be multidisciplinary, and it must be multisectoral. And the complexities of global climate change compel us to seek innovative solutions wherever we can. Decision makers at all levels of government and society must be empowered with the best available information to understand the science of climate change and to have in this room and beyond, and help turn it into actionable information that people can use to improve their lives. In his recent speech on development at the United Nations, President Obama highlighted the importance of expanding scientific collaboration with other countries and investing in game-changing science and technologies to help spark historic leaps in development. And in fact, I think that's just what we're all trying to do with SERVIR. In an effort to apply the best of science and technology to development, we have been very pleased to renew our commitment between America's Space Agency, NASA, and America's International Development Agency, USAID. And this partnership is truly unique because it combines the world-renowned research and technology expertise of NASA, which spans Earth observations and predictive models, with USAID's comprehensive development expertise based on many decades of working with partners around the world. This kind of collaboration helps scientists in many countries to feed into and to enrich NASA's planning process for development of future tools that can have lasting relevance and impact. As you heard yesterday, SERVIR is a platform for improving decisions related to environmental management and natural disasters. It works to build people's capacity to incorporate geospatial analysis and thinking into the decision-making process. And it does this by making available previously inaccessible Earth observation data, training people to use the data with predictive models and maps, and creating opportunities for different kinds of organizations to bring their data and their expertise to the table. What we recognize with the SERVIR initiative is that no one government ministry or organization alone can tackle this borderless challenge. No one organization can create, maintain, and apply all the kinds of information that SERVIR offers related to climate change, biodiversity, disasters, health, water, and weather. In addition to USAID and NASA, SERVIR also brings together other U.S. government agencies, research institutions, and non-governmental organizations for this common cause. For example, the U.S. Geological Survey is providing ecosystem map layers of the African continent in close collaboration with African ecologists. SERVIR coordinates with the Environmental Protection Agency on air quality monitoring in Central America and with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration on hydrometeorological monitoring and modeling. And we have developed relationships with country ministries of environment, land, health, and civil protection authorities in the regions where SERVIR is working. Everyone really needs to work on this together. So today we are honored to inaugurate with ICIMAD the newest SERVIR mode, this one to serve the Hindu Kush Himalaya region. This third node is a key step towards the vision of a truly global network, with rich collaboration between scientists like yourselves in multiple regions of the world, sharing environmental knowledge and data to improve people's lives. Yesterday, Dan Irwin from NASA showed examples of the varied applications that the SERVIR platform enables. And I'd like to emphasize that SERVIR, beyond the data, the models, the tools, and the computers, is really a platform for collaboration. The day-to-day interactions and relationships of people using and enhancing that platform will be key to its success. This powerful technology will serve people's needs only to the extent that knowledge and information are truly shared. And simply put, SERVIR is powered not only by electricity, but really by trust and by a sense of common purpose between people around the world. If I may cite just a couple of examples to illustrate the model, last year Honduras experienced an earthquake, and right after it occurred, no one really knew exactly what had happened. The full impacts were not really understood. But within 24 hours, the SERVIR team based in Panama was able to conduct a rapid assessment of the damage and provide it to civil protection authorities to help shape their response, and to do so quickly. It was the first time the country had ever received this kind of information, and it was an image from space combined with a map of the areas affected. And it's kind of remarkable that this was done so quickly, but it was able to take place so quickly because of the sharing of information. Someone at NASA had a colleague in Taiwan who agreed to redirect a satellite as it passed over Honduras, and the imagery that was collected was then sent to the SERVIR team in Central America to analyze, produce an assessment in the form of maps, and share with the appropriate contacts in the government. This is applying the information to improve people's lives. Of course, the experience with the recent flooding in Pakistan that others have already spoken of illustrates again the benefits of this powerful science technology, of these remarkable satellites and computer systems working together. But this is really all thanks to people working together around the world. The relationships between professionals and their common commitment to serve provided the foundations for truly meaningful impacts. And incidentally, USAID's own global health experts were able to access the Pakistan flood maps via the internet and worked quickly with the government of Pakistan counterparts to estimate that 200 health clinics and 40 TB labs had been destroyed. And based on this compelling information, they then both worked with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control to strategically plan a long-term response to help rebuild the country's health programs. Again, this is actionable information to improve people's lives. In addition to building technical capacity and trust, we must also better understand how people make decisions, and specifically, how new information feeds into and affects decisions. Different groups, men and women, the young and like me, the not so young, rural and urban, or people from one part of the country or another, can perceive climate risk and uncertainty somewhat differently, and that can lead to different behavior outcomes. We must have a better understanding how these differences relate to motivating people and communities to take action to address climate change. And real innovation will require that we bridge this understanding gap in addition to addressing the data gap for Earth observations. I mention this because I emphasize that SERVIR will also invest in this kind of social science research. It is an example of the kind of game-changing innovations that help bring development solutions to scale, to ensure that they can contribute to practical decisions that improve people's lives. It can offer an important step forward in supporting adaptation to climate change and improved management of natural resources more broadly. And it should help us all to truly appreciate and build upon the links between people and the planet, between the global community and the cosmos. And if I may say so, the opportunities are stellar. Thank you very much.